It's like, I don't know, maybe it isn't, but... Okay, back in, that's it. Last night lost Machinist file because I was too stingy with Serenity trying to hang on to it. Yeah, well, when you're 0.4 away from winning or losing, and when you kind of need, like, here's the double issue to this too. The other thing you think about isn't simply about, it's not just the simple answer of, okay, I can keep going to 151. Well, what if I completely set back the run because I used that rage and I'm sitting at 2? And considering how delicate some of the palms are, especially moving forward on this job, in one way you could think about is that the moment I use the rage, I'm breaking the run. Right? That's possible, especially on this job. Like, if I do it on, like, any other job, I probably can make it up on the later floors, but with this one in particular, when you're already strapped for time, having to use that range could already brick the run. So in one way I could think of this, is that my only solution was to potentially do another strength, which would have been fine, because I can at least sacrifice a strength. Like, the sacrifice for rage to continue the run is, like, super bad. That's, like, massive emergency. But you could have prevented that from happening by knowing the results 2 minutes ahead of time. I could have lost it too. Really? I'm not even gonna move. Just be like Mage, you can get a rage every floor. I do! You need a rage every other. You need a rage like literally twice per floor in this job. Man, it sucks. You know what sucks is that I did. You know what sucked though? If you really want to pull it back, it's that that double aggro with the succubus made that a lot worse. I didn't see the succubus, and that made that I lost time because I had to deal with those 2 succubus. So all of that can culminate into the whole issue. Like, if anything, the entire climb until 149 was fairly clean. You know, we had the one situation where I had something spawn on top of the exit, and then we had the dragon on there, but that was unavoidable. We had another thing spawn on top of the exit, that again was unavoidable. But the succubus aggros were definitely avoidable. Like, I could have just not had that happen, and I'd clean out the floor and had more time. But I gotta look at my own times and figure that all out. I mean, to be fair, I could have handled the lust beginning of the fight better too, because I could have sat there a little bit longer. But I kind of went a little too much on that first lust bowl. What's the average time needed? So Saul, we have the chart that Aurora made, and that is from his own DPS and his own experience doing it so many times. So he has one where it's no strength, he has one where it's 1 strength, he has one where it's strength seal to double lust, and it kind of gives a nice range of like, okay, this is different scenarios, you know, whichever applies to you, do it. So use that chart, check it out. But I got there with like 15, I think. It was like 15. It was like, I got there with 15 minutes, and he said no strength was 18. But I had strength seal 1 lust, so I was kind of hoping that that was going to be enough time, but I'm not experienced enough to know the answer to that question. A run like that gives me the experience. But it does kind of suck that, like, it plainly sucks that my prog point right now is literally 181. Or rather, maybe make 171, but like really 181 is my prog point, because I gotta figure out how to get through that floor faster, and I'm yet again down to like floor 1. If you want to use nothing, yeah. I was going at a moderate pace. You know, I was hoping I would have that much time, but we got slowed down in the middle floors, big time. Anyway, at least I can talk with you guys a little bit more. We'll go to 50 again. You know, this short stream, but it's okay, it happens. I gotta go through these bumps and bruises as we go in. However, I'd probably take a small break though, because I said I was gonna do Warrior. I might do Warrior next week with a no sustaining just to get a small break. Maybe a small break would be not a bad idea, but I do need to do this. We do need to do the 1 to 50. So maybe I take the break next week to get... How are my potsherds? Actually, my potsherds are great. Oh. So I did gain more potsherds, so that's a plus. So I can actually go maybe 3 runs of Astro without refreshing. And then if we do the Warrior next week, that actually would be really good, because that might set me up to be able to do Astro maybe 4 times in a row. Okay. So we'll do probably Warrior next week. I'll have this file ready to go. At least to start up in the week after. Yeah, we can do that. think that's the plan. We're gonna get Astro, it's just... when am I gonna get is the question. It's gonna give me a nice break. I mean, if I can clear Dancer on Sunday, that'd be good too. We probably should have 50. Actually, I'm gonna go down to 45 though. So I have 45 right now. I'm gonna use 5 to get back to 900, and I'll have 45 on this place. And then, if I'm doing no sustaining on Warrior next week, then I'm just not using period. So that means I'll just get a net gain on that entire run. So that'd be nice. Oh, you're dead. Oh wait, the ban isn't done. The 140, nice. My Empyrean potsherds are at 171, so that's nice. My Heaven on High is nice, but I don't have any priorities there right now. Oh, did I one-shot you? Oh, I did one-shot you, okay. A crit? Steal. I will just run down the middle. Maybe I'm not ready for the late night deep dungeon run yet. Yeah, we're like maxed out at like 4 AM or something. So now we're gonna max out at what? It's 11 now, like 1:30, like 1:30. So like a little bit, like similar to Tuesday. That's not big deal. I can't believe it was 150 again, man. It's so annoying because my first 3 runs we get straight to 181. And then now I'm just stuck at 150. It's so stupid. But I think the thing is, it's like, I'm trying to thread the needle very tight. Like, I'm really looking at my palms, I'm like, let me hold on to all of these things as long as possible, and then we suffer through that kind of thing. So that's the balance you gotta make. I mean, with like something like Machinist, something like Reaper, you can sacrifice bombs, you'll probably make it back, and the damage is like, it makes up for it, but again, not this job. This job does not make up for itself. You have to give as much help as possible. I'll kill you. Alright. Shadowpaw, would a second Lust on that boss be a bad idea? No, a Lust would have been fine, Shadowpaw, if you're still listening. But that's the problem with making that decision at the last second. It would have been fine if I had known, basically 2 minutes prior, that I was not going to make the DPS check. Does that make sense? Like, a Lust is fine if I knew it beforehand, but I was just hedging my bet that I would just have enough damage. And then a last second Lust probably wouldn't have pushed it over the edge. I mean, maybe it would have. I mean, theoretically speaking, a Resolution would have been a better choice. Because I get the bigger damage of the GCD, but still, it's like... I was just like, let me just gamble this one other GCD. I could have, like, swifted or something, but... How did the different... I need to do it again. I did not get a good one on the first one. I think I prepped way too late. I need to prep earlier so I get more damage on the Succubus. Do you look at speeding up at the boss or trying to speed up the floors? On the floors. I'd rather speed up on the floors, Killajolt. Like, I would much rather speed up on the floors than have to have this issue. And actually, one of the issues I see for my own run, Killajolt, it's that, at least on the previous 3 attempts, is that I was just expending lusts just to get through the boss. Like, essentially, lust should be your backup plan, not part of the strategy, right? Think of it this way. Here's a thought that you can have. If you get to the boss with 50 minutes on the clock, that's obviously impossible, but just bear with me on the example. if you get to the boss with 50 minutes, you don't have to lust. It's completely unnecessary. Like, you'd be like, why are you gonna lust? It's stupid. You don't need the extra damage from the lust. So, the lusts are great, more so for 190. That's where you really want to have the lust, because that's where, I mean, it could really be the difference because of how much time you need to push, etc. What's the time that Aurora had? 10 minutes, 3 lusts, 11 minutes, 2 lusts, 12 minutes, 1 lust. So I guess theoretically speaking, you would be 13 minutes without any lusts. But to get to 190 with 13 minutes, that's kind of a miracle. But also, it's pushing your time, and that's assuming certain amounts of damage that you're dealing, because what's 13 minutes, like, you know, like, that's still 2 strengths, 2 steals, but still really tight. So I'd rather go faster on the floors and not run into this habit of relying on the lust, because what if I just keep relying on lust and I run out of it by the time I get to, like, a later boss? So, therein lies that problem. And not to mention lusts for, honestly, lust for this job, it actually is probably more useful on the floors than the bosses. Like, you can do AoE quick kills, it will speed up the amount of AoE killing, even just getting a Vuln on that, it's kind of a big damage increase. There's more benefit to the floors of a lust than there is on the bosses. But I certainly was falling into the habit of relying too much on it. I gotta go backwards. Great. Come with me. Wait, I said come with me. Okay, we'll pull 3. It's crazy how Astro rethinks Lost Fuzzo drop. Yeah. Well, kind of. I mean, Healer kind of enters into that mindset. Because you are in essence trying to maximize literally every palm that you have at your disposal. At least that's what Healer starts to teach you, but Astro is just in a different level for that. It's like a further maximization of those palms to make the most out of it. What is this? Did I check this? No, I didn't. Okay. Gotta love Astro, guys. Attempt number 6 now. This is attempt number 6. Actually, I should have done a stream marker. Forgot to put a stream marker down. Attempt number 6 Astro. It's alright. It took me 20 attempts in Heaven on High for almost all the healers, with the exception of Astro and Sage. White Mage took me, I think, 19. Scholar took me 26. Astro took me 12, funny enough. And then Sage took 3, but one of them was a disconnect. So technically 2. But Sage was already, like, when we had all the healers in there. Like, I mean, once you did Astro, it's just like, whatever. Who cares about the other jobs at this point? Everything's easier. Yo, Koopa Kwan. You know what? Thanks for being excited about Floor 1. I really appreciate that, dude. At least someone's excited. At least one person here is excited. Me, I'm just angry at myself, that's all. It's funny, because in the speed, like, when I do the Stranger Paradise speedruns, it's like the same thing happens there. I go, man, I better not make this same mistake, and then, like, literally I make the same mistake. But then, again, to be fair, I didn't make technically the same mistake. It was the same result, but it wasn't the same mistake, so, yeah. further optimize what I have to do on that run. But anyway, I hope you guys, since I can talk with you guys, I hope you all are doing well. If any of you have plans for Father's Day, I have some plans. Gonna go to Dust City. I think I'm gonna do something tomorrow too. I think Saturday's free though. But I'm not gonna stream Saturday. I mean, well, actually, I wasn't gonna stream Saturday no matter what, because I'm gonna do Warrior next week, but, yeah, kinda chill weekend. You think 1-40 is harder? At least in DPS? I guess it depends on how you approach it, Luki. Like, what I always suggest people to do is to just kill everything. Now, that feels like it's longer, but honestly, if you look at the timestamps that I go through the floors, it's not that bad, and the higher level you are, the easier the enemies will be. If you intend to do, like, a literal speedrun, then that's, like, you know, that's a lot. And that's when, like, things can go really weird, in terms of the difficulty of it. But if you're over-leveling all the time, then you're gonna be... it's gonna be a bit of a breeze, it's just getting through it. That's all. A lot of times I do it in sub 30, even killing everything. You go faster once you start getting into the higher floors, because you really don't need to kill everything anymore. I mean, for healer it's just annoying because I don't get an AoE to like 45, so to single target everything is such a pain in the ass. At least with the DPS you can kill things faster with that. Well, it's not that bad up until you get to 45. I mean, once you get to 45, then it's like, okay, things can go a little faster now. Until then, yeah, it's kind of fast. This is the song I need right now. I need a nice kind of relaxing, soothing version of Nether Waters. How do you want to get back to my Reaper attempt? Do it, man. Go log in right now and go right in. Go, do it. No time like the present. Do it like me, man. You take a 150 loss, you start cursing yourself in front of a camera with lights on, and you go right back in. Fuck me! You go right back in. I sneezed so hard, a tear came out. A tear? Like you farted? Or like a tear from your eye? Or like your eyeball fell out of your socket, which one was it? But I'd take my laptop into repairs, I don't trust this. Oh. Take someone else's computer. You need to get to floor 50. There's a card at floor 50? Wait, the job's that card? I don't remember getting a card from 150. When did that happen? Is there really a card at floor 50? It's in your clothing. Oh, in your clothing. Well, that sucks. You should have, like, took a video of it. It unlocks an NPC. Oh, really? Oh. What happened in the previous run? I once again effed up 150. Again, in a different way. Not the same way, kind of. This time I wasn't going to time out, but it was a DPS race. And like half the time I was doing, what was I doing? This is me half the time. It was great, I loved it. This is my experience on 150 right there. You know, when you gotta push damage, you start, you know, not actually doing damage. It's funny how that works. Yo, Yabo, thanks for the... But no, it was just it was really tight, to real. It was really tight, and I had to make a decision. Do I keep up my damage and hope for the best? Or do I use something to make it through? And I decided to rely on my damage. I got it to 0.4%, and then she healed back to 12. And then I had about 40 seconds remaining, and that was just the end of the run. Like, I can't do anything after that. So, it is what it is. Yabo. Oh, sorry. Your boy Shiro. Thanks for follow, welcome in. I was reading that like way too hard. I was gonna be like, Yaboi Shiro? You're 12 cards away from the mount. Oh! What do they call that again? What do people call that mount again? They call it... Do they call it the carpet? What do they call it? What do you guys call that mount? Forgot. There was like a term you guys used. Boop, 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 boop. The toast and jam, that's what it was, yeah, the toast jam. Think Berserk's going to bother you on Warrior? Nah, not really. I mean, I already did it once, right? So like I already have that experience in the Bank Aurora. So I'm like used to it already. It's not a big deal. It's whatevs. Now the question is, you know, how does it go without the sustaining potions? That's the one I'm curious about. Because it's not gonna be your typical run. And Behemoth is going to be interesting as well. What strategy do I utilize for Behemoth? Like I gotta look at my own VOD from my own clear and then see how the math works out and see if I can actually heal back on Behemoth. Or do I just rely on home gang? Very interesting in that one, for sure. And yeah, we're gonna try to do Behemoth without any sustaining potions, you know, that's gonna be fun. And you know what actually my other concern about Behemoth? It's the whole lust section. I gotta figure out if I have enough time to raw intuition back to full and then have full HP when I get to the meteor phase, you know? Like, that's gonna be all weird. But, we're gonna try it. For science! Oh, I considered lust. That's a big portion of, like, not taking damage, you know? And then making your HP back to full. And then also making sure raw intuition's ready to go. Floor 12 Mimic? Not quite. I would have liked it to happen. Do do. Yeah, boy! Figured out it was about time to watch. Oh, hey! Welcome in. Well, this quote-unquote master, as you put it, died on 150 like a dumbass, so I'm not sure if you want to watch this. I'm kidding. I'm happy to have you here, though. Been trying to get myself to start doing it. Need that title. Hey, we all need the title. Isn't the title great, man? I love this title. Ever since I got this title, I have never used another title in this game, ever. Ever. After I got this title. I swapped it out once in a while, but like, this is my permanent title forever. The title in the next Deep Dungeon has to be some epic, like, god tier thing that really showcases that you're like a god gamer or something for me to even think about swapping off Necromancer. I don't know what you can give me that would be better than Necromancer, but that's gonna be real hard, let me tell you. On the grind of the title had 7, oh my god, 7 DCs. You know, that's one thing that's definitely brutal. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. Well, I mean, you could try, but heart of the party? Are you telling that to me as an introvert, that I'm the heart of the party? I'm not even in a party. You'd never find me in a party. Like, I'm allergic to that title. The Degenerate? I'd use that right away. I mean, the Hoarder title might be one that I would use for like a couple days, just because it's like, yeah, I got that title. I bet something done like Deep Dungeon Master. No, I don't think they'll do that. Otherwise they would have done like Ultimate Master for like DSR, you know? Koji comes back to just meme us one last time. Forever Alone. Well, you know, one I was kind of joking about, but I would use, is we were talking about a potential Omni title for Deep Dungeon, and I thought for Heaven on High, it would be awesome if it was the Loneliest Hero, right? Because Lone Hero is just to get the single title, but if you get the Omni clear, it would be the Loneliest Hero. I would totally use that. I would absolutely use that. But I don't know what Palace could possibly be for an Omni if they ever put that in. Like, I don't know what's like a step above Necromancer. And if you do like Lich, like that's not even good enough. No way, I would not do Lich. Like, who cares about that? Swaba! I like the name. Lord of the Dead? You know, that's not bad. I swear I can spell your name. Yo, shoutouts to Swaba for picking that my stream for the raid. What's up, dude? Welcome into the chat. And you guys over there. Hi, I'm Angela's Demoness. If it's your first time here, I do Deep Dungeon solo. We just had an unfortunate death. So we're back on the lower floors and just it's kind of just like Deep Dungeon and chill right now while I get this file set up. But thank you for the raid. I hope you're doing well. How is your strum? The slightly better Necromancer. I'll take that. Lifesaver plus DSR weapon beats Heaven's Lifesaver. I see. You totally use Lord of the Dead? I might use it for an hour. An hour sounds about right, yeah. Swabit, let me know how your stream was. I hope everything went well in the 14 category. Hope you kicked ass and took names. I'm just trying to recover off my own stupidity. And I mean, it's not really. I'm just being harsh to myself. I'm not really stupid. Meme version of our P4S raid night. Couldn't go back into P2. Oh, rip, dude. Gotta hate when you're just incapable of actually doing gaming. But I hope you had fun. It sounds like at least you had fun. So that's always good. Anyone excited about Final Fantasy Rebirth, by the way? I love my Green Eyes title for your main. Your Green Eyes title. Where's Green Eyes from? Because she has green eyes? I mean, Ada, you shocked me. I was expecting you to say you had, like, you know, white eyes or something. I wasn't expecting that shocker revelation. Summoner AR collect. Oh. I feel like this is gonna. I can do it! Next time you're up on 150, I'll hop in Discord and just see how you got this focus up, stuff like that'll be great. Killajal, you right, dude, we should do that. I need you to be like, do more damage, or like, hit your buttons harder, something like that. I think Summoner Relic thingy, gotcha. Tons of fun, lots of laughs, bunch of salts. Nice. But that's expected when we couldn't smack him like we usually do. Oh yeah, that's gonna be expected, yeah. But at least you guys had fun doing it. At least the static didn't break at the same time, you know, that would be really unfortunate, you know? You guys suck, I'm leaving the static. Like, that would be really bad, but it seems like that didn't happen, so... good on you. Ada. Yeah. One-handed gaming. I don't even need my other hand. You guys are like, wow, you don't use a mouse? I don't even use two hands. I only need 4 buttons on this job anyway. They're all on my left side. I get my Malefic, I get my Combust, I have my potions. What more do I really need? Even with our sprinkling of salt. Good. It's good to hear. Yeah, teams are gonna have their ups and downs, you know? And honestly, it makes a good team when you guys can handle the downs. Do it by covering my eyes? I could be like this, you wouldn't know that I'm like, you know... Can I turn the camera? I could. Are you challenging me, Biff Tech? You miss re-clearing? Same. I miss re-clearing too. But I'm stuck on this job, so I can't do it. You can't turn the camera? I mean, I could turn the camera, it's just I can't also GCD at the same time. Something is getting sacrificed with me doing one hand. Alright. Come here, Nanka. Is there anything else here? No. Oh, something did spawn. It's the other Nanka. The Mama Nanka. Okay, get the chests. Lust, good. I have a lust the boss, excellent. Oh, wait. Oh. That would have been a little bad. A little bad there. Look at chill. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks for bringing you guys over, and have a wonderful lurk. Guys, check out Swamba. Nice of them to rate us. It always feels nice when someone picks our stream. A really weird stream where we do this like solo content thing in an MMO. Zamoka! Oh my god, it's Zamoka. Alright, what's French lady saying?
Look at this man that's going to Clearon Astro, no problem this run. First try. First time ever using Astro.
Astro! True, this is the first attempt, I've never done it before. The stream started 20 minutes ago, it might say 2 hours, but we were just chatting for 2 hours. Because that's what I do on stream. Zamoka, how you doing? How did raid go? Did you guys clear up P3? Or nah? I was watching via Alk stream. I think I saw you do like one pull and then that's all I did. 15. Ooh, nice! Okay, cool. I'm a react streamer now? Yeah. I react to my own failures. I gotta put on the webcam when I react though, Biftech. We gotta turn off the VTuber and go to the webcam when I react, man. Can't react like I am now. I know it down a bunch of times and HP values. Oh, Hollow, you're a godsend. Thank you so much. Yes, please. I'm gonna clear that out there, but I'm gonna... Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god, Hollow. You're a godsend. Thank you so much. You're too kind to me. Yeah, I'm gonna kinda need that. Oh, math is so hard on Astro for 150, you know? I was trying to do it by the minute, but I had to do it by the 2 minutes, and then it's like, I lost track after that. Like, the fuck, for 2 minutes? I can't do this shit. Did I get hit with that? The wood remembered. What in the world? Yeah, it's an awkward fight, and I am not good enough at math for something like that, man. I'm already like, it's already a struggle to do the 1 minute gauges. Now you're gonna ask me to do it in 150? Like what the hell? And then I have to calculate my cards too? Oh my god. Please. Yeah, I guess it will. With that stick it has. Wow, that would have been great earlier. Wow. Thanks, game. If they wanted us to do math, they've added calculator as a job. Can you imagine that? Oh my god, no one's gonna be able to play that job, dude. I remember, I don't know if you guys were around when they introduced the math boss in the Iblis raid. If anyone was there on release, you probably know this story. It was funny, I swear. They introduced the math boss, were like, okay, you had to do prime numbers, right? That wasn't the funny part. The funny part was, apparently, the day of release on the Ivrilist raid, when you looked up the Google search history and like the statistics of Google search, the search frequency for prime numbers was a lot higher that day than any other day out of the year. Because no one knew what the fuck prime numbers were. They had to go to Google to search it. So, you know, that was great. You still don't know? It's okay, man. I don't think anyone remembers. That's why they did the fight once and that's it. They're done. Just die and then come back up, you know, rely to the one guy who actually took math in freaking college and knows their stuff and raises the party. So funny, dude. That was the moment in time I knew Final Fantasy XIV was a big game. When one boss manipulates the search engines for searches. You know? You're playing a popular game. Yeah. Even though there's literally a clickable in the raid that tells you the prime numbers. Who clicks in this game, dude? This skill is only usable when enemy's percentage is prime number. Does it really do that? That's actually pretty funny. Oh, I leveled. The prime number lore notes. One of them just explicitly tells you, oh really? Interesting. So the game gives you the answers, nice. Who has time for that? Who reads the lore? I'm dying! It's a good thing I'm a healer. Where's that chest? It's over there, I see it. Oh, I can stop recording. Whatever. I'll keep recording, it's fine, it's not a big deal. Maybe my stream will die. I have to do it yet again. Interesting. Can't imagine Aether waiting for 5 minutes. Well, to be fair, I think on NA, they can't wait because you keep, like, people would keep opening the treasure chest and you can't boot someone out. And no one would loot. So you just have loot sitting in the freaking, they would be sitting in the loot pile and you can't actually, like, boot someone because of it. Because you can't bow kick. This is exciting Malefic gameplay, guys. I hope you're thrilled. This is what you've signed up for today. Malefic gameplay. This is what I signed up to do, I guess. Well, next week he'll change it up a little bit. Oh, that's... Oh, sorry, I put cat butt in your faces, so I apologize for that. Can you show me Lightspeed Malefic gameplay? Lightspeed Malefic gameplay, let's go, dude. Right here. You got it, Taco. Look at that, dude. Look at that. Pew pew. You will literally not see it in any other stream today. In this category, man. Most unique stream in the directory. Lightspeed Malefic 1 gameplay. My portraits. I actually am I'm gonna be up to 45 now. So I can definitely do 3 runs in a row. I think I can potentially do 3 runs without running out. And we're doing Warrior next week. So I can probably do 4 in a row before I run out of potsherds now, after Warrior. Because Warrior is going to be a no-sustaining potion. So I will definitely go net positive no matter how I slice it. So we should be good. I gotta use 5 because I gotta get back to 900. And yeah, I'll have 45. And I am net positive from the past 2 weeks. You're a toxic player, Yabi? Just don't tell anyone that. How rare is the mount? It's, I don't know, 10%, I guess. I don't really open my sacks to know the correct answer, but... Secret, yeah, just secret with you, me, and chat, whoever's here. I don't know who's here, but I'm sure we'll keep it. Well, I'll keep it a secret, dude. You just clear 150. Now I'm gonna stand here in the room between floors, so it's like Percy Sherman. Yeah, I'll see you there. When am I gonna see you? Hold on, Gao, can you stay online? I'm gonna see you there on the 30th of June. Can you stay there to the 30th of June? Is that okay with you? Because that'll be great. I'll see you there the 30th of June, alright? Actually, wait. On Astro though? Wait, no, actually, we'll be there next week. I mean, I'll be there on... Sorry, next week, because we'll be there on Warrior. My apologies. I skipped over Warrior. Unless you wanted to see Astro, that's different. We'll be definitely there next week. You just call work? Alright, cool. You have enough PTO for that? If you're doing worse, I mean you're deleting... Yeah, I'm gonna have to delete the... I mean, I'm gonna delete the Black Mage file hollow for Astro, right? Because we're gonna eventually get the Astro clear. And Astro is just gonna stay there forever. But yeah, I'd have to delete the Black Mage file. It's funny, because I did think of that hollow. When I was here, I'm like, okay, if I'm doing Warrior, then I'm gonna have to delete that file. But yeah. This is... Dude, Astro's making Black Mage look like a walk in the park. I mean, hell, didn't Aurora clear like 2 attempts after like 90 in Astro? It was like... Black Mage is a freaking walk in the park. Who cares about Black Mage at this point? That's why we need 3-side now. Well, I would like the whole like 4 save slots, but you can use them interchangeably between the 2 deep dungeons. So you can do like 4 Palace of the Dead, 4 Heaven on High. You know? I think that would be nice. So then like next deep dungeon you go to 6 or something like that, maybe. Maybe go 5. We can do 5. Be nice. I'll take 5. I mean, you're not doing 3 deep dungeons all at the same time. Yeah, but the thing is, once he cleared Astro, that's where he became like literally god tier, right? Because he still had to prog that all, but once Astro was done, then everything opened up for him. The gates opened up. Yo, what's up, JC? How you doing, man? How's life? Should steal. Why am I not... How am I not 35? Oh, I guess I got a lot of speed runes. Steal. I'm afraid to say how well things are going after seeing the current floor. Dude, I've had a great week, man. I mean, Final Fantasy XIV has like kicked my butt, but I've had a good week, so tell me how you're doing, man. It's all good. This is just whatever. We're back in. We'll do it again. Content. You pooped today? Nice. Was it good? Could have been better. Feels bad. Can't complain. Nice. I'm glad you shared that with the class, man. I really wanted to know how your day went. How did I get that cast off? What the fuck? You saw the best solo PoTD meme today? What was it? Where? Where did you see it? Like on the billboard? Outside your apartment building? When I was there, I learned people didn't shit every day. You know, when I went to the hospital for something, like I don't every day. I do it like essentially when it's necessary. But then the doctor's like, "Wait, you don't do it today? We should." I'm like, "Wait, why?" Do I have to? Like, I don't need to. Like, do I have to? The doctor's like, the nurse is like, "Yeah, I mean, isn't that normal?" I'm like, "No." Hey, what's up, Sheila? How you doing? What happened? I died on 150 again. Well, actually, I didn't die on 150. Okay, I didn't die on 150. It was a little bit more epic than failing 150. I got Miss Succubus at 0.4%, and then she healed. And then I'm like, well, fuck me. I guess that's the end of the run. So that's what happened. Yeah, and I mean, again, it goes further than that, because it's like, what could I have done prior to that point in time? And therein lies the issue, but anyway. Actually, Hollow did do a fight analysis. Like Hollow is not joking. Because Hollow just did a whole timestamp thing for me, and I'm gonna read it over for the week. But yeah, there is a literal fight analysis that Hollow did. I think the best part was I was asking chat for help. And I think all you guys were like it was like, I don't know. It seems like you're fine. Like everyone's just like, yeah, you should be okay? Question mark? It's just hilarious. And which is even further funny because like some of you guys were watching Zeppla earlier or yesterday, whatever it might be, and you know, people were like, yeah, no, use the lust, don't use the lust, use the strength, don't use the strength, you know? And it's like this job is just like everyone's just like So I thought that was hilarious. I was honestly looking for answers too. I was like looking at chat like periodically, I'm like, what the fuck should I do? But no one had an answer. It's great. It was awesome. You know, that's when you know, that's when it's great when you're doing content and it's like you're doing content and no one, like, you're almost asking to be backseated and no one could backseat you because no one knows the answer. Like, that's the best part about doing, like, content, you know? That's why I'm gonna love the next Deep Dungeon. You get people who will be like, yeah, take this long. It's like, well, no one knows the answer, dude. You can't even, like, you can't even backseat because we don't even know anything. Yeah, basically. I was like, please help me. Not really, but like, it's just funny. I made a prediction. I was sort of right. Yo, I fumbled. Yeah, that's the problem with me. Is like you can't predict me fumbling GCDs. I know I fumbled at least like 3 GCDs too. If I didn't fumble 3 GCDs, I would have cleared. It's sad. It's just a sad day in the office. You slept way too long. Why are you apologizing? Isn't that like your normal? Isn't that your normal speed that you just sleep like a lot? Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I wish I can do that. Like, I'm jealous of you. Like, I can't sleep long. I don't know how that feels like. Yeah, and Hollow, going back to what you said. It's like, even though, like, you were on par, it's like, man, to manage it down to the second, to the last GCD, that's so rough. Like, like, it's just like no one really would know kind of how that answer was. Like, you're assuming a specific set of gameplay. You're assuming like a consistency in terms of hitting buttons, but that's where the problem lies, especially with this shot. And I was literally I was actually 2 GCDs, right? I think I was 2 GCDs away because potentially maybe I could have combusted, because I think I just decided to Malefic. I'm like, no, I probably should have did combust. But I went from 0.7 to 0.4, and I think I needed like 2 more GCDs just to clear it. So it's just like, oh man. When you look at the timers, the variance could have been chalked up to how well you hit the succubus at gravity speed. Yeah, and that's what some of the guys were suggesting. Maybe it was better I did not do gravity, which I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. But it also comes down to my accuracy of like hitting everything for gravity, and like I was kind of there, kind of not, and that's a little bit hard to predict depending on the enemy movement. So it's normal, but I mean I sub like super late. Oh, super late. Got it. Yeah, put the last cheese. Okay, cool. There's a couple things I could have strength. I could have done another lust. A lust probably would have been a better option. It was definitely too late to rage. But I think the lust would have been plan A. Like if I knew, okay, so if I were to literally go back in time, Chila, and I had the knowledge that I have now, it would have been a lust. Because it's like, okay, like down to the last 2 minutes, something, like a strength would not be worth it because I'm not gonna get 8 minutes of strength out. So lust probably would have been there, but I don't like using a strength like sub 8, you know? I'd rather get the most out of this strength. But arguably, you know what would have been like plan D? Is if I resolutioned instead of done Malefic. But I wouldn't have predicted that either. I was just gonna assume that I was gonna be making it there. But yeah, a resolution actually would have cleared me up. Something to think about for the future. That would have given me more damage. That probably would have made up for the point whatever that I missed. Yeah, I dropped off at 8 minutes, and I was guessing from that point in time that I would be fine. Because I think I was at like, I think if I remember correctly, I was at 35% at 8 minutes, and I'm like, this should be fine. 3 cycles to go through, roughly. Yeah. Well, I have a good memory, let's go. Because I was distinctly thinking about last week too. I'm like, okay, I have more time than last week, you know? So we should kind of be a little bit better off this time. Like, that was what was going in my brain. I spent 6 minutes on this floor. Yeah, 35% in 8 minutes still wasn't enough. Can you imagine that? It was enough. It's on a whole nother level, dude. Yeah. Again, that's assuming my gameplay, like, I mean, maybe I just don't play as good as Aurora. So I don't know if that's more or less than that, you know? I don't know. So this will be a shorter stream, guys, because we're just gonna go to 50, but it's alright. It's okay, it's alright. Tomorrow we're doing Variety with Dwarf, another gameplay of Dwarf. I'm not sure if I'll be able to beat that game tomorrow. And then Sunday we'll do Heaven on High Dancer one more time because I disconnected last week. Next week we'll do Warrior, no sustaining potion in Palace. And then we're gonna try to kill time till Stray comes out. That is the next Variety game that I will play. We're gonna play Stray. I wanna play that game. And I'm gonna do it on the PS5. I've committed to the PS5. So I'm gonna figure out how to get it on the PS5. Meaning, do I get it from the store? Do I... whatever. And that's the 19th of July. Chila! Sheila, did you see all of the FF7 news? Have you caught up with it? I'd love to talk about it. Please, tell me you didn't catch up on any of it. No? Yo! You're not just saying that because you want me to hear it, right? You don't know what happened? Okay. So they've ended the series. It's no more. That's it. FF7 has ended. They didn't make enough money, so feels bad. So they did First Soldier, blah blah blah. They did Ever Crisis, which actually looks kind of cool, but it's still a mobile game. Crisis Core Reunion. Basically a remaster of Crisis Core this winter. I'm playing that and I'm gonna stream that. Depends on Deep Dungeon, but that's gonna happen. So they basically remastered Crisis Core and it's gonna be on every platform. PS4, PS5, Steam, Xbox, like everything. So, awesome. And then 7 Remake Part 2 is called 7 Remake Rebirth, and that's next winter. And then there was no real gameplay, there's just a couple cutscenes that they showed, but that's the announcement. No Dirge Server sequel? Nope. It depends, because winter can go into the next year, so like, you know, we could get it in December, but we could also get it in like March, right? Because that's still winter. So they said winter, but no year. But this winter is Crisis Core, next winter is Rebirth. So it just depends. That's probably why they can't give a year. And I bet you it's going to be like 2023 for Crisis Core and 2024 for Rebirth, but... And 3 parts for 7 Remake. They confirmed that. So it's going to be 3 parts for Remake, so there's 1 more part after Rebirth. So it's Remake, Rebirth, and then they didn't say what the other one was. Confirmed. When they will say, I assume December... No, quad. December 32nd. Oh shit. December 32nd, 2022. Dude, I'm so excited. I'm so excited, dude. I cannot wait to play Crisis Core. That's the one I'm really excited about. I've been wanting to play Crisis Core again. It's just, I was hoping it would get on the Switch. And I got my wish, except it's remastered on top of that. They're like, we got you, dude. We'll just remaster the whole thing. Shit. Revengeance? You think it's Revengeance? Reboot. Well, it's not Reunion, because they already used Reunion, so it can't be Reunion. It's gonna be Reboot. Oh man, everyone's gotta play Crisis Core. It is just one of the better games out there. Yeah, everything! Sheila, everything! It's gonna be on the Atari, it's gonna be on Nintendo regular. It's great. Everywhere. It's gonna be on your mobile phone. Refund? Get out of here. The totally final part. The absolute final. It's gotta be R something though. It has to start with an R. It can't be anything other than an R. Otherwise they throw a cure roll or something. We all have phones, don't we? Wait, you have a phone? Oh shit, dude. Well, I mean, you're in Japan, of course you have a phone. It's probably integrated into your Google glasses or something. Like living in AR, like when we're just like regular like nubs in our normal things. Resident Evil? Oh my god. Actually, my phone is implanted into my brain so I can watch Deep Dungeon whenever I want. Damn. There's a lot of Deep Dungeon going on. Hey, guys, was anyone watching Ben? How did Ben do? Because he was up in the 171 when I started it. Is anyone watching him? Anyone let me know how that went? Remove materia? Well, that's the end of the game, isn't that not happening? Is he currently on 194? Oh my god. We'll cheer him on, guys. Well, I'm not gonna finish this run before you finish it out, so cheer him on. Do you guys just want to wait? Yo! Hey, can we, Sheila, can you shout out Ben Rice real fast? I know it's bad business for me to like tell you people to visit another stream, but you guys can open another tab. You guys have advanced browsers. Go check out Ben Rice, who's on 194. Never got Necromancer before, and he's doing it right now. Thanks for shouting out Ben. He's a good buddy of ours. Yeah, open that tab and just cheer him on, guys. Tell him I said hi, because I cannot look at that stream, but I'm cheering him on too. I'm busy trying to malefic headless people right now. I'm watching my stream on hopes and dreams. Dude, I barely dream, man. I hope you have good dreams. My sleep is trash. Yeah, Sig. Sig's dude, did you guys ever take a look at Sig's video? His video keeps getting recommended to my videos. I'm like, why the fuck am I getting Sig's video? His video has 18,000 views. I'm like, shit, let's fucking go, dude. He has more views than like half my videos. Oh yeah, I'm mostly gravity. I'm watching. Okay, you dream about me clearing Astro? I mean, you can dream about me if you want, dude. I'm not gonna be offended. I just hope things are going well. Like, you know, I'm kind of like really a quiet person, so I can't really imagine me saying anything. Sad and mobile view. Aw, Athena. I'm sorry, dude. True. Took him like a year to make. Took him like a year. Yo, it took him. Okay, Kuba Kwan. It took him like a year and a half to make, and he released it like the day before Endwalker. But you know what? It's still useful to people. That's all that matters. There's passion in it, you know. There's heart in it. That's all that matters, man. Yeah, I suggested to him. I'm like, hey, you know, like Endwalker's coming in, right? But he's like, no, it's good. And you know what? Clearly, it's good. Alright. Almost gravity. I mean, yeah, almost gravity. Alcarin, if you're still here, thanks for that follow. I don't think I thanked you for that follow, but I appreciate the follow. Welcome in. He never talks about sleep in his guides, so outdated. Yeah, it's true. I mean, even like displacement and whatchamacallit is not there, and acceleration I think is still the old acceleration, right? Actually, Zepla was watching my 150 attempt on Warrior, and it was when we still had the Conal for Overwhelm, and she's like, oh yeah, I don't have to do this anymore because Overwhelm's AoE now. I'm like, damn, true. My video's old, I get it. That's why we're gonna do it again next week. You mean overpower? I probably meant overpower, yeah. Is that what it's called? What's overwhelm? What the hell is overwhelm? Is there even something called overwhelm? Bro, I'm so bad. Yo, Parallax. Parallax, when you and me need to like meet up in a location, like IRL or something, and you need map directions, I'm going to tell you to make a left by the Starbucks, make a right by the statue, and like go right underneath the McDonald's. If you ask me for street names, dude, you're fucked, man. I'm not gonna give you anything. I'm like, dude, I don't know what street this is. What are you talking about? I don't know any names. Really bad with names. You don't think this game has overwhelm? Okay. Dude, I'm just gonna make up names. I don't know what street is the place I live. I know my street. I don't know the streets next to me. There's a street, like, here. Like, I'm pointing in this direction. It's literally outside my window. I could not tell you what street that is. I've been here for years, dude. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, no, landmarks for me, man. So I would be like, go left at the red house, make a right at the big tree. That's me, landmarks. I'm a landmark type of person. Y'all ever call something a street, have someone tell you it's an avenue, and argue about how it's dumb to specify what no, because I can't even get into that conversation, because I don't even know the names of them. I can't even get to that stage of a talk. So I'm like I'm getting shit out of luck for that whole conversation. Oh man, yeah, I have a route. There is one where it's a Route 35 and Route 36, and they intersect with each other, and I couldn't tell you which one goes where. I have no fucking clue, dude. All I know is that if you made a left on this road, you reach towards the beach. That's it. Which is it? Couldn't tell you. But I can tell you everything around that area. I can tell you there's a mall. I can tell you there's a Chick-fil-A that's there. I can tell you there's a Best Buy there. I can tell you literally everything around that area. But I can't tell you the name of... I can't tell you which one's which. Not for the life of me, man. I have a pretty damn good... I'm pretty proud about the fact that I have a pretty good visual memory of things. I can remember visuals really well. I can remember faces very well. But I can't remember your name. Names, stuff like that, can't remember it. I have to try really hard for me to like soak it into my brain and remember it. Oh, is our highway system trash gims to you, sir, a European? And I'll be broad about that. I kind of know where you are, but you know, I always get a little cautious about isolating people's locations. Do I have gravity yet? I do. Name she's used things, one at the other. Yeah. I'm still really good with directions though. American cheat naming sucks. I'll take your word for it. I mean, I don't know. Better. What? I remember learning that, I think one of my professors asked us the question one time. They're like, what is the most common name in America of a street name? And I might get this wrong, but like, people started saying, oh, it's gotta be like First Street, oh, it's gotta be like, you know, this street. And I think the answer was like Main Street, or like Main. That was the most common name, Main. Or like something like that. I forgot what it was. There's definitely an answer to that, but it's something like that. It's like Main or whatever. Just did a certain part in Endwalker's story, and I say I'm impressed. They could have had an entire mode like Resident Evil Punk mode. Oh, you can do spoilers, Zyren. It's okay. Just don't spoil Harry Potter, because that's really gonna get people angry. But you can spoil Endwalker. It's fine. Okay. I lifted that a long time ago. But you're talking about the are you talking about the one in Garlemald with Metal Gear Solid? Or are you talking the Thancred? We said Resident Evil, so maybe it's more the Metal Gear Solid. Safest made from people. I said no Harry Potter spoilers. What's wrong with you? The Garlean soldier part? Yeah. Hey, you know what is funny about that, Zyron? I have an unscientific observation, but I think anyone who had done Deep Dungeon for a little bit had absolutely no problems with that duty, and people who never did Deep Dungeon, there's a potential situation where they actually had a problem with that, and which is even funnier because they did kind of nerf it. I think easy mode was like made even easier or something like that. But I had a blast doing that game mode. I'm like, wow, I'm just right at home. I do this all the time. Not a problem. There's something behind me. No Harry Potter. Oh, Harry Potter. How do they run? But how can they run fast and keep grip? Harry Potter. No! Oh, he didn't have a raising? Did he not have a raising? Oh, shit. Well, thanks for the update. Damn. Yeah, Gloom Knight, not good. Oh, did he do it without steel, too? Did he not have steel? Uh-oh, that's not good. He had steel, he did melee combo, and the knight got... Oh, F. Well, he learned a good lesson, but man, he crossed over that boss, so that's really good. Awesome. Well, congrats to him. I'm proud of him. Oh, shit. That's his PB, that's a hell of a PB, man. That's what I was hoping for today, but unfortunately not today. I would have loved to get crushed by a Gloom Knight, but not today. I'm so terrified after what comes after 180. Yeah. Hey, yo, Kylie, don't worry, man. With all my experience, I still died to the first to one of the first enemies in 181. That was the highest I've gone in recent. We got up to 189, we got to 190, then I died in 181. So right away. Epic behemoth fight. Just to die to the first enemy. Well, not the actually we didn't die to the first enemy. We died on the first floor. Can't even pack past. Hey, you know what? It's little by little. You chip away at it. It's all good. You'll get there eventually. Don't worry about it. Yeah, okay. Hey, if any of you guys checked out Ben for a second to cheer him on, thank you for that. If you came back here, great. If not, don't worry about it. You didn't hear me say it anyway, doesn't really matter. Who am I shouting out? You, Chila, shout yourself out. When are you streaming? Tomorrow? Are you streaming later? Because it would be technically Saturday, right? Pin, thanks for shouting out the waifu. I really appreciate that. Oh, Saturday morning for me. Got it, okay. Oh, Sheila. Depending on when you end stream, I think Zepla is going Saturday morning for me too. She's gonna continue her run. I think that's what she said. Gotta shout out your favorite streamer? Okay. I think that's what she said. She's gonna go Saturday evening, something like that. So, and I took him down to one hit from a little over half HP. Yeah, I don't play personally. I don't play around with knights like that because of the tank buster. I mean, the second thing that you do is that you kind of predict when the tank buster is coming in to max out HP. But a Gloom Knight is very scary. It's very scary. I personally don't recommend pulling those. I think I tried to avoid them on Red Mage, but nowadays it's a little bit better because the defense is a little bit better, but yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the reason why, but it's, you know what? It's a learning lesson. For him to learn that's important. I mean, we can tell him that, but it means more that he actually learned it himself. Something, but he's gonna remember it for the next run, that's for sure, you know? Speaking of witching, he's gonna remember it for the next run, sorry. It's experience. That man, Ben is like... I'm really impressed with Ben's ability to absorb knowledge and to really remember and execute the knowledge. Like, I'm hearing him talk about his runs and he's remembering so many things in such a little time. It's really impressive. Even like some of the trap stuff that Darabin has in his video, he's like remembering like a lot of the positions there. I'm like, I don't even know that right now. I don't have time to look at Darabin's video and he knows more than that than I do. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I think he was writing it down on a notepad too on his run. Am I gonna survive this? As I continue to pull more? Am I gonna live through this? I don't know if I'm gonna live through. What is the other chest? Oh, the other chest. Oh, it's behind me, okay. Serenity. Favorite, yeah. Me, I got a cell phone. I type it out in a cell phone. Why you sleep me? I can't see shit. Where am I going? Where the fuck is the... It's so lost? Okay. Alright, let's pick up the witching. Nah, whatever, I'll pull you. Okay, done. Let's go. Oh, we're not getting the speed run, that's for sure. Do you ever go out of your way to try to carry 3 of the same one? No, it's too much RNG. It's too much RNG to make that happen. I always go for just the trio. I don't go for the same one. Sometimes it happens, but not intentionally. Lust. Let me just get to this chest and we'll do the lust. Oh, witching! Even better. Come here, friendos. Even better. This. Oh, Twice Chicken is so good. I love this song. It's a really good song. I remember the first time I heard this song, like, wait, this isn't a raid? Oh my gosh. Wasn't enough to get me to do raiding, but it was pretty nice. Kinda got all the same stuff. What is the first chest? Serenity. Parry the fridge! Hey Perry, what's up, man? Thanks for that raid, I really appreciate that. Shoutouts to Perry, our good buddy. Thank you, Sheila. Hey, look, big, small, doesn't matter. I really appreciate you thought of our stream, Perry. It's all that matters for me. How was stream? What's up? Did we do ultis? Did we do Deep Dungeon? Did we do ERP? What was it today? Welcome in. First time here. I'm Angelus Demoness. I do a lot of Deep Dungeon solo. We are unfortunately at the lower floors because I once again died in 150. But it was a very tight fight. I learned more lessons to it, so you know, we're getting better each time. I think this time we're not gonna make a mistake on that fight, on that floor. This time. I hope your stream went well, dude. First Heaven on High, where I died in Awful Way of... Ah, okay. Man. Today must not be the day for the runners. You know, the achievement section in the Discord has been a little quiet. I'm a little concerned, you know? Been kind of a little quiet, so we gotta step up our games, guys. I know Aurora just got to clear, but of course Aurora's gonna clear. I mean, can he not clear? Like, seriously. Finn couldn't do anything because he had bad weather, so he was MIA. He's kind of quiet. Rip, yeah, rip indeed. Wow. Like, literally on top of me. To the boss. And then 20 more floors. I'm going to 50 today. 1 to 50, how I've been kind of doing Astro is splitting into 3 days. So 1 to 50 today. Oh my god, please, game. Or self, rather. That's more of a self thing. Yeah, you know what's hard about it? It's that, you're used to the Malefic casts, and Lust is still really slow. So it's like my brain isn't adjusted to it. That's why I don't get that slide cast. Almost there. %. Here's thought and above and debuff next deep dungeon. Let me get into the next floor here. What if they make it so your timer... Oh, this guy might get pissed off because I'm gonna go right in. See ya. Goes faster, slower on certain floors. If they introduce something like that, I don't know if something like that exists, but maybe. Like, be kind of cool if there is actual duty timer manipulation, but I don't know if there's like a mechanic for that right now. Oh, that's the exit, I think. Yo, what's up, Barton? How you doing? Okay, started. Yeah. We died on 150 again, so, you know, not great, but it happens. Thanks, man. It's a little bit shorter now, because we'll just go to 150, but, you know, it's okay. I learned more. I'm more upset with me about the results of it, but I could have done better, but it's okay. If they don't make the next season's Ronkin theme, I'll be quite sad. There is potential, but I would almost put money that it wouldn't be Ronkin theme. Like, that's how much I don't think it's gonna be that. What do you think they hinted, Perry? What's your insider information? No, you think it's gonna be Labyrinthos? Alright. I like it to be like in the moon. Renji mentioned are small for working on something big. You know, some people thought that that was more a reference to the treasure maps that already exists. Because it is with the enemies that you see in the Lollipit's place. I had thought that myself too, but that might be referring to the treasure dungeon. So, but I don't know, we'll see, man. Golikian Training Center? Yo, what's up, Cynic? So holding out for some kind of closure of the Nier stuff? You didn't like the credits of the Nier? You didn't like that we got credits to the end of the thing? And then you got how many people decided to do something in the end of the game? Is that not enough? The moon is big? How do you know? You know what is the funniest? This will be a Tales of Arise spoiler. So if you're playing Tales of Arise and you don't want to hear this spoiler, I'm gonna give you a heads up. In like 10 seconds, I'm gonna talk about it. 10 seconds, or now 5 seconds, okay? Now 0 seconds, okay. So there's like this planet that you can see from the surface of like your original location, and you look up, and it's a whole fucking moon. You're like, oh shit, there's a moon up there. People are on the moon, they live in the moon. Well, the team goes up there in space and visits that place, and they actually find out that it's like one giant shell, and behind it there's literally nothing. It's like a fucking spaceship. Or actually it's more like a... what is it? It's like a space station or something? But it's just like a shell of a planet, but it makes it look like it's a full planet from the surface of like whatever place they're in. So can you imagine that that's actually the case? Like, we go to like the other side of the moon, and it's just a shell, but there's actually like this like entire whatever at the other side of the moon. Also, I got you in the thing. I kind of hope that near deep dungeon. A near deep dungeon sounds very convoluted. Like, we're gonna get a story and then we don't know where it's supposed to go because it doesn't make any sense. That's how I would imagine a near deep dungeon. As long as, you know what, as long as we get a foul-mouthed Kaine with voice acting, then you know what, I'm okay with a near deep dungeon. But if we don't have that, then I'm a little against a near deep dungeon. It can't make less sense? Okay, maybe true. Big shell? Yeah. Why do I need to kill something? I just have that one Titan class ship from Eve that's made of a hollowed out moon. Dumb. Near deep dungeon, the ultimate boss is booty. Did you guys see that meme? Where there was a PF of people farming near for Alphino and for their mom, for their glamour. They're like, it was like a near thing. It's like getting glamour for their mom. Yeah. Made me think of that when you said booty. I could do a pentapull. Should be fine with a pentapull here. Oh, fuck my clothes. And then the one Skylar gift for me was shoot. You gotta love when PF kind of memes each other, but they were actually kind of serious at the same time. Oh crap, I canceled my own cast. Can't slide cancel the life with me. D5. Still need to kill stuff because I need my level. Will they be remiss to not do Lunar Palace with the 4 Fiends? It would be sick if they tied it to the Story of Stranger Paradise. You want to go that far, Siren? Oh wait, how far do you want to go? Do you want to go just 4 Fiends, or do you actually want to have people who are the 4 Fiends? If you go Stranger Paradise route, then that's like, you're gonna find out who the hell the 4 Fiends are. And you're gonna find out it's your best buddies. And then you're gonna be sad because you killed them. And then you're gonna be extra sad because you turned into the Warrior Darkness all over again. Would the file end this time? 150 again! But it's okay, we're back here again. At my favorite floors of all time. 34. Who doesn't like floor 34? I never met one that was stuck in Glamour Hell for a couple weeks. Gotcha. Loken, how are you doing? It's fine. I had to make a decision, Loken, and I made the wrong decision, so all it came down to. Is still the hardest class to pull it off with? I could probably take any other class and probably one-shot it right now. I'm on my 6th attempt on Astro, and I'm trying really hard. So, I took Black Mage took me 3 attempts. Dark Knight was what, 1? No, Dark Knight took 3, but that was prior to Endwalker. Prior to the Living Dead. Bard took 2. Like all my other ones took like less than 3. Asher were already on 6. So, you know. Yeah, no. I mean, as someone else said, like another viewer said, a community member said, they found it interesting that they're actually watching me struggle on a job in here, where typically I'm not struggling. If that says a lot. Yeah, I'm struggling on this job because I'm still trying to figure out my footing. What are my limits? What can I do with this job, you know? It's like beyond time issue. It's more like Zyron. You already know it's a time issue, so it's more about like what we're doing now. Like I have to do these pulls mandatory. I'm not doing these pulls because I'm showboating. Or like, oh yeah, look at me, I can do this. Look, I'm really good at Deep Dungeon. No. I have to do this. This is a requirement. If I single pull, I'm not getting anywhere with this job. So we have to do multi. And so it becomes this challenge of like, how much can I deal with an Astro without dying? What's that limit? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 2? But then it's not. It's more complicated than that. It isn't just simply a mount. It's what you pull. If I pull 3 Anzus, I'm dead. If I pull 3 polar bears, 4 polar bears, I can survive almost no problem. You know, you have to almost balance. And then what's the plus and minus of Anzu to polar bear kind of thing? Miss Arcane Arts. Hey guys, I'm pretty sure she did do it, but she's been diving into Deep Dungeon herself, and she's one of the best raiders in this entire game. She's a good friend of ours too. I know that because I gamed with her. Oh, there's more trap system. Arcane, how are you doing? It has been good to see you, ma'am. Guys, check out Arcane. She is a multi-ultimate clearer, multi-savage clearer. She has characters on literally every data center available, even ones you never even heard of, she has them. But she is, I believe, working on some Deep Dungeon solo on her end, so... How are you? How was your stream? What are you up to? Protal, thanks for the follow, welcome in. How was your journey through the deepest of the dungeons? I heard you were actually enjoying your time in here. Which is like, of course you are. The problem is getting you people in here. It's not having fun, it's just getting you people in here. Then yeah, it is fun. That's what we're telling you this entire time. But I'm Angela's Demonist, guys. Welcome in. I do a lot of Deep Dungeon solo. Unfortunately, today we should have been in the higher floors, but I died on 150 again. I died 150 last week, and I died 150 this week, and I'm really kind of pissed off at myself about it. But pretty much the gist of what happened was... the 150 boss in Palace of the Dead has a healing mechanic. In certain parts of the fight, she can heal herself back. I had 40 seconds on the clock. I got the boss to 0.4%, and then she healed. And that was GG. So, you know, it's been a day today. Doing a duo run Heaven and High almost made us wipe multiple times. Well done. You gotta keep it spicy on the run. I mean, you know, what fun is a run, Arcane, when you go in and you just clear casually? Like, no problem, no deaths, no nothing. You gotta make it interesting, man. People saying that you get second dungeon... People saying you get to the second dungeon quickly in Endwalker. I like to drop kick those people, heals the chest with the starting run. Oh, I see. I think I get what you're saying. Yeah, Arcane, how is your Deep Dungeon experience going? Are you having fun? Hope you're having fun. Dude, you're a gamer, man. You're gonna have no problem getting this climbed in Prague. Easy game. My was nightmares. I used 2 reason because of... Ooh, yeah, you know what? The 141 is kicking all of our asses, apparently. Pretty floors. Oh, good, nice. Well, at least you made it there, Kylie. Do good in my behalf, because I am not there, and I have to wait another week to do that. It's a real tragedy for me. Paulo, I appreciate your work, man. I really, really appreciate your work. If you're listening. Oh, I'm full on rage. I should probably use it. Paulo's awesome. Awesome isn't enough of a word to describe Paulo. Two. Add a bit more now, so hopefully it's it. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm gonna need to know my, like, I need to know per cycle. So, like, I think I need to know per cycle of what I'm doing, generally speaking, without strength, so I can get a rough estimate, and then I probably would go plus or minus 20 seconds on it, or percentage-wise. I think that's how I'm looking at it right now. I do have steel on, okay. Dude, what in the world? I literally walked over that area like 20,000 times, and then I get it when I need to get the chest. Unreal. Yeah, get wrecked, dude. You can't even pull me in. 20,000, yeah. Can I get the chest, please? Okay. It's heaven on high auto, I'd be dead. 30 hour auto trap. Damn, 7 times, man? That's a lot of autoing. Wow, I needed all these kills? Wow, okay. Okay. I need all those kills. Yeah, high kill floor in 37. Oh, there's a treasure room, isn't there? Wishing. Fortune, fortune, fortune. That's a treasure room, yep. There's 3 fortune. I should get to 60 before the boss, so let's just do a big pull here. Oh, there's a witching. I'm gonna use it. Once I get the fortune. Oh wow. I'm dumb. I'm dumb, that's why I'm dumb. I need to go back and get that witching. Strength good, alteration not bad, serenity good. Lust, because I just got Serenity back. Witching. Let's do an Affluence in... Oh wait, get the Witching back already. Strength here. Okay. What is this? Lust. Okay, and now I will definitely get 60, which I want. Not that it really matters, but I get it, so. And this is my level. Let's check the chest real fast to see if there's like a purity maybe. No! Why you aggro? Ooh, steel. Okay, well I have a strength steel for the boss, that's kind of nice. What's this chest? Oh, it's probably strength, okay. I see. Okay, here, here. Penta weaving. Gotcha. It happens. You make the adjustments. You get into a nice groove. You make the adjustments, you get into a nice groove, that's all. I'm surprised I did not get hit with that. I thought he got hit. Yeah, I have good ping. My laggy EU data center ass looking at the cast bar and panicking for you. Dude, what's happening with EU, guys? I heard EU was just crippling in whatever for whatever reason. Like, what's going on over there, man? Like, we're supposed to be having issues next week, and you guys are already having issues. I don't get it. You're a US player playing EU. But still, what's happening in the EU servers? Today, like, people were saying EU was just dying. So, alright. Today will be a shorter stream, guys. Like, I usually go to like 2 AM, but I don't really have anything else to do after I finish to 50, so this will be a much shorter stream, but it's okay. I appreciate you guys hanging around and, you know, chilling and vibing with me getting to 50 today. It's alright. I apologize to Chila, because usually she wants the stream to go longer, and then I keep ending early. Feels bad, dude. It's alright, we'll go later next week with a warrior. Well, tomorrow we have variety, and then Sunday I have a later stream. So I mean, I could take you when you go to work, at least, unless I disconnect. See, it's either I end up playing like shit, or like my internet's like, haha, here you go. Hope you like disconnecting in the middle of your goddamn run. Trying to get my body to feel as exhausted as my mind after today's watch party. All right. Hope that goes well. Was it the day before? Earlier today was when EU was kind of having issues, so. Hiya. Okay, I know this is gonna be a big pull, so let me just do a big pull now. Hippie hop. Thanks for follow. Welcome. No! Oh, I got it. Okay, I got it. I got it. I'm a gamer, dude. It's okay. I can get that box at the last second. My ISP has been shitting the bed into midnight the past 4 days. So glad I wasn't. Wow. What's wrong with your ISPs? I had to call my ISP today to find out if I could get a discount, because all my promotions are gone and I'm paying a lot. I tried to actually call Spectrum. I don't know if some of you were here when I was talking about this. I had I was just chilling and doing my thing, and all of a sudden these 3 teenage girls comes to my door and like rings the doorbell, and I'm like, okay, are you like selling Girl Scout cookies or some shit? Like, how am I gonna answer the door? I never answer the door. But I can see them come to the door. But then as they walked away, one of the girls had a Spectrum t-shirt, and I'm like, oh. Like, even if they were college girls, I mean, would any of you ever wear a Spectrum t-shirt at your own, like, you know, of your own choosing? So I was curious. I'm like, oh, does that mean Spectrum's coming over here? And I know they have a bad reputation. It wasn't about me swapping over to Spectrum. It was me having this possibility of having competition. But I tried calling Spectrum today, and they're like, yeah, we don't have service in your area, but you can check this website to see if they do, and I couldn't get past the robot, so I'm like, okay, well, I guess whatever. But I don't know, I thought that was really odd. Yeah, I kind of halfway regret that I didn't talk to these ladies, but, you know, maybe they wanted to sell me some Girl Scout cookies, and I guess I wouldn't have, argued. But then it's like, social interaction, talking with strangers, not really my thing. Why did I big pull when I don't even have steel on? Hold on. Wait. I see your question, by the way. Just give me a second before I die. Okay. So what advice do you have for treasure room blocking exits? Especially past 160-71? Okay. So we can talk of a number of situations, Kylie. You ready? You got your campfire ready? You got your s'mores ready to go? I'm gonna give you a lot of situations, alright? First basic situation. You walk into a floor, first or second room into the room, or you haven't really, let's say you spent about less than 2 minutes on the floor, you find the treasure room. Okay, blocking the exit. So my course of action, and we're talking either on the exit, or maybe like the next room over, it's also the exit room. So my game plan would be, assess what the enemies are. Who do we got? Right? 71 plus, you got Domels, you got Polar Bears, you got Bandersnatch, you got Cyclops. So my course of action would be to identify left or right. What can I clear up? And if the exit's on the left, we clearly want to clear up the left side, but that's not always necessarily the case. You want to eliminate the... Okay, this song is a little hype for this conversation. I love that song, but I'm gonna take this one. Oh, you know, actually pause. Let me begin the in-game. You want to clear up a path. So what I like to do is I like to clear up like a section where I can sneak through either left or right. But in order to get through that, you have to eliminate the proximity enemies first, because they can be standing in the middle, they can be standing in the wall. So I try to get rid of the proximity enemies first and foremost. As I'm doing that, I try to observe the movement of the enemies. Are they going left or right? Are they going back and front? A lot of times they're really consistent. They usually go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you try to see if a path can be carved from one of those sections, okay? And sometimes you'll be able to sneak through. But sometimes you don't. But you kind of want to try to keep the kills to a minimum, and then also try to take an advantage if you see an opening show up, even if you're mid-pull, mid-fighting, take that opening. You know, maybe some of the enemies all walk at the same time. You get like a 5-10 second window to walk through. Take it. But of course that takes a little experience about knowing how things aggro and whatnot, but that's important. But also, maybe second to that, let's say the opportunity to maybe just not, you know, stealth your way through is an option. Try to only pull through the treasure room. Just kill as many as you can, empty out a section that the exit's in. Hopefully you don't have to overkill. Now, worst case scenario, if that doesn't seem viable, let's say you're in 178, okay, 177. So you're talking apes, Anzu, shitty enemies that are around the thing. Try to do a rage, okay? And actually I saw, this was something in Zepla's run earlier that she did. She used the rage with the treasure room blocking her way to the exit, but used the rage and basically just cleared the whole floor. But it was a flighted floor. So it's kind of like not the best play, because you would rather have gotten the most out of your rage. So to follow up that statement, if the exit is blocked by a treasure room, and you're planning and you end up having to use a rage, get the rage in, kill as minimal as possible, and leave. Go straight to the exit with the rage. Take that rage to the next floor, and try your best to kill as many as there. You might actually clear up the next floor with that rage. So you buy 2 floors, essentially, and it doesn't feel so bad, because at the very least, you know, if you're thinking of a rage being a floor clear, at least you cleared like 1.5 floors, if that makes sense. But a rage, it would definitely be like a last resort. I wouldn't try to automatically go to a rage. You would want to try to carve a path and see if you can Metal Gear Solid through that and get to the exit. That's the best case scenario. What about 7 gorillas? Aggro them very carefully. It's the same exact principle if you do mimics. Mimics, you gotta just walk up very slowly. Let them aggro you. Wait, like, get into position, wait like 3 seconds, let them come to you, and then kill them. Wait 3 seconds, wait to them. Sometimes the aggro is a little slow, it's not an instant aggro, so sometimes you might get a little close, and you're like, okay, I can get a little closer, and then they aggro. So you have to be very careful with that. That's how you kind of handle that. Okay, let's bring back music. I finally finished my ninja run. I lost to 431, greed is unmeasurable. Hey, that's how I lost, Dragon. That's how I lost today, man, greed. I lost to greed, but it's okay. You just have to learn from that lesson, and just hope you don't do it again. That's it. I died on the 150 boss, Dragon. It was at 0.4%, and the boss healed with 40 seconds left. I could have done something to maybe help myself, but I decided to just try to push through, and unfortunately I got greedy and I lost. Is it speedrun time again? Hell yeah, dude, Stranger Paradise, we speedrun with this music. If you guys don't know, I do Stranger Paradise speedruns every Monday, trying to stay kind of consistent with that. It's been a lot of fun doing that run. Very entertaining run, for sure. And this is the main battle theme for that game. Do you use hard mode tag for all of solo runs, or just the Astro run? A lot of times I will use hard mode for all of them, because I don't know what other tag I'd be using, because you can have 5. So like challenge, I don't think I do challenge run. I'm not sure if I have that tag on. What do I have? I have tutorial, educational, PvP, solo. And I think challenge run though, when I was reading the description of challenge run, it was maybe implying like a handicap. Like, maybe like you were going one-armed, you were going blindfolded, there is a blindfold though. So I kind of stayed away a little bit from challenge mode, because I didn't feel like it was appropriate for what we were doing. So I go more for hard mode. But yeah, I think I typically do hard mode no matter what. My Heaven on High run was barely saved by burning pods. We were on floor 8190 with Odin for only 20 minutes around. Oh shit! That's, yeah, you gotta kind of speed up on that one, Arcane. We recommend, like, one of the things I recommend for solo runners is to look at your 6th floor. if you walk into the 6th floor with over 30 minutes, you can kind of casually go about, you know, you may be able to get through without Pomanders. But if you go under the 6th floor with less than 30, you have to start considering using Pomanders. But 20 minutes before you're even on the 6th floor is like, that's spicy. That's just kind of challenge mode. It's a handicap unless you go out all on Meiji no. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I wanted to respect what the challenge, what it felt like to me, the definition of challenge mode came out to. So I kind of have not used it as much. These matches, yeah, you have to. You have to. I know SMG Digital Speedrunner who uses social eating tag as a meme when he does social eating. Oh man, that's funny. I don't know, like, what tag do you think would be good for Deep Dungeon, guys? I mean, I've sifted through all the tags that are available, but, like, it's hard for me to think of, like, a decent tag for this. I put PvE, because honestly, like, I think that's just a general tag, and it is PvE, it's just not really, you know. In Digital Devil Saga, it is a plot point that you eat all the opponents after battle. So social eating. Yeah, I can see that, yeah. Thank you for explaining, by the way. I gotta ask, does PoTD work the same way as Heaven and High with Sean Patterns become less and less frequent? I mean, it's RNG. You know, RNG is RNG. You can get them, you can't get them. But you just hope you get them sometimes, but you don't know. It's just RNG. Hey Tasmanian, did you say hello before Tasmanian? I feel like you visited a second ago and I didn't reply to you, so if you did, hi. I decided to try Scholar and I didn't know it was this fun. Might try Heaven on High. Yeah, like, you know, having to, like, I think when you although Aurora can prove you wrong, but when you kind of succumb to the idea that you have to potentially multi-pull and you have to do all these weird strategies to get through, it kind of does become a nice little, like, unique challenge, you know? PB has become relevant since true. Childhood, yeah, they're good, but like, I don't know, that 5th one is always kind of weird. Can you open chests while transformed? I can open a bronze chest while transformed. I can't open other chests, so like this silver chest, no dice. I can do a bronze chest though. And you know what's actually funny? Is that we used to do what's called a jump trick, okay? This does not work anymore, but it worked prior to 5.3 in Shadowbringer. If you walked up to a bronze chest in Heaven on High, especially 21 to 30, and you went to the chest, I'll show it here, but it's not going to apply, but just to give you an example. As I went mid-air, I would try to hit the chest like this, mid-air. And if you did that to a bronze chest, 2130, you can actually tell if a chest has a mimic. Because if it was an item, even in mid-air, you would take the item into your inventory. But if it's a mimic, it gives you an error message. So we called it the jump trick. But they patched it. Like I don't know if they directly patched it, but it just doesn't work anymore. It just gives you an error in mid-air. However, when you're transformed, in at least the floors that have a bronze chest that shows up mimics from 1 to 30 or I think it's 1 to 30. If you're transformed and you touch a bronze chest, usually it gives you an item, but if it's a mimic, it'll give you an error message, and then you actually know that that's a mimic guaranteed because it gives you an error message. So it's kind of like the jump trick, but it's a lot more, I guess, acceptable because it's not it's just a mechanic, you know, and the rarity of that even happening. I mean, if you want to go hardcore and like transform into something and figuring out it's a mimic, then like be my guest, but definitely not worth it. Yeah, like me, yeah. Also on the lower floors, yeah. Oh yeah. So Arton just said what I was trying to explaining in words. So yeah, there you go. Yeah. I used to mark the mimics in 21 to 30. I'd be like, yeah, guys, don't open that chest. That's a mimic. And they're like, wait, how do you know? I'm like, don't worry about it. Cause I just know, man. I've done this for so long. I just know the answer. Summoning a mimic that was something you could only do with stationary. Yeah. Yeah, when I was farming potsherds, I did the match party. Mother... Dude. Fine. Fine. Spawn another one. Spawn one. See if I care. See if I care respawn yet another one. Do it! Do it! I dare. Oh, you can't actually. It's a bunch of. Never mind. They gave up. I won that battle. Hey, Q girls. Hey, Q girls released some recent music, guys. You check out their Twitter. They have some new music that they put out there to the world. I haven't seen more than 3. When have you kept track of Mimic Stuff in depth? 3. 3 is the most I've seen. Triple. I've heard of quadruple. I think I've seen a quadruple from someone else, but I have not actually gotten a quadruple myself. And I've been here for a minute, you know, I've done this for a little bit of time. I've never seen a quadruple Mimic. You got a quad? I heard someone got a penta one time. That definitely needs to be a video. As a heads up, I am ending stream at floor 50, guys. So I really don't have anything to do after I get to 50, and I've been setting up my Astro runs from 1 to 50. So it's gonna be a little bit of a shorter day today, but hey, I do appreciate you guys keeping me company. I do apologize, it could have been a much longer day today if we actually kept going, but such is my life, such is my existence. I need to suffer these pains and prog points to figure out how to do Astro. But, I don't know, hopefully it's like a good kind of way for you guys to look at it too, you know? Some of you are gonna get stuck on floors, some of you are gonna feel like you're regressing, but you just gotta take the lesson out of it and just get better. That's all it is. Get good! And that's what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get good. Do I really want to go here? What the fuck was that? You guys heard that sound, right? That was like a really loud sound of something, and that was a dragon that spawned, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? I kind of want to hear that back. It sounded like something like flew in and dived down. I'm like, what the hell's that sound? After 3D, you just keep opening, hope for more mix. Oh yeah, you just keep. Oh no, it becomes like a comedy scene at that point. Which in... Gotta get through the tabs, go through the... yeah. True. No, you're not wrong. I gotta go through that experience to figure it all out. Oh, god damn it. Trying to think about how I wanted to do this, but I'll just do a triple pull. So like, here's a chess room example. So like, I guess we can just talk about this. What I'd like to do is, how can I get out of this room with as minimal kills as possible? Everything in here is sight, except for the persona. So I'm thinking along the left side I can probably sneak out of here. So I want to pull that, because that's proximity. I want to pull this, because he just moved in the middle. And I probably want to pull this one, because he's in the middle as well. And let's see if that'll be enough for me to get out of here, with minimal kills. There we go, that's exactly what we were talking about. Of course, you know, not as deadly, but still the same principle. Of course, the best case scenario is you kill everything, but that's just completely inefficient. You gotta get out of here with as efficiently as possible. So that one's facing me. That's a good steal. Ah, surrender. Oh, got that one. I guess I'm gonna have to deal with this one now. But the points? You do an Asher on Loken. You get the points for me. You're an Aether, go kill my score. Change. No. What about Triple Gloom? Yeah, that's a good song, but let's skip. Oh my god. Okay, we'll take this one. You know, I wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't be above a meme Asher run, but 180 is a big no thanks. Gotcha. Wait, you starting over? Yeah, I am Tonberry. Hey, Tonberry, it's good to see you. How are things going on your end? You and me, let's do this, man. We'll just keep starting over till we get the clear. That's how it goes. Doing the duo run tonight has given me more confidence in the solo run. I need to finish my solo, but I finally get to 3 floors. You know, one thing I say, Arcane, and probably from your experience, you can feel this, and you just kind of said it in your comment. I always have felt a duo run is a perfect way to practice a solo run. Because if you were looking at a guide, or if you were looking at, like, you know, suggestions as to how to go through the floor as a duo, you follow the same principles as a solo, you just have a little bit of extra firepower. And it really translates well to a solo run. If you go in with 3, it feels more like a party, and you don't really get that same feel and that vibe. But really a duo really teaches you a lot of things about a solo run, so. To more practice. You're smart. You're a smart lady, I know it. I knew it. You're gonna one-shot it because of all that experience. You're just gonna go in and just one-shot it, man. I would not be surprised by you. You're too damn good of a gamer for that. Like this game, you beat this mode with knowledge and skill. You know, people think sometimes RNG. Actually, someone talked about that. Someone had that question, that general question in Zeppela's chat today. How much of this game mode is RNG or skill? And I mentioned, I'm like, look, you can get so good at this game mode that RNG doesn't matter. You just clear. That's it. That's how good you can get in here. Depending on the job, of course. But maybe arguably speaking, even a job like Astro, you can probably get so good that it doesn't matter. You just clear. But that's how much it's important for knowledge and skill in here. And as you're learning it yourself, Arcane, I think you're gonna figure that out, you know? Something I say is if you can get in this place without being surprised, you know, nothing in here surprises you, you're probably going to clear at a really high rate. I highly doubt a one-shot PoTD solo make lots of mistakes, but knowing how to deal with bad RNG is obviously how you manage. Literally just like older raids. It was RNG if you got unlucky crits, so manage the best you can. Yeah, there you go. You have something to relate to in here. So You're on the right path, man. And I've always been so interested, Arcane, to see the top raiders manage this place. You guys are clearly good at the game. So how do you translate that to here? Like, a lot of times, I'm dealing with people in this community that this is like the first thing they do as a challenge. Like, some of them haven't really raided like myself. Some of them maybe dabbled in it, you know, like casual raiding. But you're dealing with people who are not necessarily like your top parsers or your top of the line raiders. They're just here because they want a challenge and they like the way this challenge is presented. So they don't have some of those ingrained heavy experience that sometimes you get from the raiding scene and kind of the habits that you form in that gaming atmosphere. And I've always been so interested to see how you guys translate that skill into this, you know? Because it's something I can't relate to. I never raided, never did Savage, never did Ultimate, so I can't give a relation to that. But clearly you're good at this game, so something must carry over, you know? That it's not scripted? Yep. Except the bosses. Hey Foxtails. I lost to Behemoth again this week. I didn't waste my potions or heals, but I got double crit setting him up to 16. Foxtails. If you're doing something like Machinist, try to make sure that you do like Tactician or you pop up as many defenses as possible. If you're doing a caster, do Addle, you know, so on and so forth. Feint with your melee DPS, that definitely helps a lot. Just as a suggestion. Sometimes I forget, and honestly, if you forget a sustaining potion right before you go into Lust, oh my god, that's the scariest thing ever. At least I feel good making it there every time. I didn't have time for second pulse and no shine. Okay. Yeah, no, consistency is one of the biggest proc points, Foxtails. Huge proc point. You don't just get consistent randomly too. I mean, that's another thing when it comes to RNG. You know, there's a lot of guys who get the clears and they're like, man, I got so lucky 191 plus, man. It helped, I got my clear. But I'm like, look, okay, you might have gotten lucky, but always remember that luck didn't get you to 191, you know? You got there with, like, hard-earned skill. So that skill had to have translated at some point. You don't just get lucky through the floors. You have to get there with a good amount of skill and knowledge, and then you get to these floors. Someone lucky who only relies on luck is probably only getting up to like 150. I got a second one and heal with the potion. I had sustaining potion running, expecting double crit. Behemoths really mean sometimes, you know. Bosses are the easiest parts of Deep Dungeon. Yeah, I wish they were harder, Arcane. I really wish they were harder. I actually think more of what I learned in Deep Dungeon carried over back to Raid. Yep, I've heard that a lot, Sheila. It's like you seriously became a better gamer because of Deep Dungeon. I luck-sapped my way to Palace, clearly that's sarcasm. Clearly, yeah. You made it to good old black boobs already? What? It's the original Reaper. I can't wait to get on the grind. I just need to farm shards and get back and get my practice in. Yabo, I'll be here for a long time, man. I'm old, but I still have life in me to stay here for at least another year. I gotta do that next Deep Dungeon, so... You want to come back, talk Deep Dungeon with me? I'm good. Oh, Yabo, if you want to, by the way. We do have a Discord. You are welcome to join the Discord. A lot of the gamers are in there, and we talk offline and stuff about Deep Dungeon, so please hop on there if you want more info and stuff. It's a good place to be. We have a lot of things cooking up in the near future, so certainly look forward to that. But yeah, it's a good place. Alright, cool. I got a pot shirt. I got another Time-worn artifact. My butt hurts. Stop losing to Succubus. Thanks, Sig. You know, Sig, I really appreciate you giving me the real advice. Who's actually down? Discord? Yeah, Discord. So here, check it out, Yabo. If you want to. We have a Discord for the channel. It's where where a lot of the guys talk and chill and stuff. Had a crazy treasure room. Everything was on the right side of the room, staring at the same direction. Oh yes, Foxtail. That is a rare scenario. So what happens is that sometimes the enemies have a bigger hitbox. And sometimes they'll all spawn right on top of each other. And that's what happens. It's like they all spawn in a direction and they're stuck. And they will not move, period. So you can actually take advantage of that by, if they're all sight enemies, you just go right behind them. You don't have to worry about any aggro if you get lucky with their position. However, if you start pulling things from the middle Or if you're witching them, they will get dislodged and they will start moving. So something to be careful with. So they're not there permanently, they're just stuck because all the hitboxes are like right on top of each other. So that is absolutely a thing that happens. But sometimes you can take advantage of it. So, hey guys, it is a little early, it is 1 a.m., but my goal today was crushed because I died on 150, so we did the plan B, which was to get this file to 1 to 50. This will continue in 2 weeks, because next week we'll do Warrior, no sustaining potion in Palace, and that'll start next week. So we're going to be nuking the Black Mage file. Say goodbye to the Black Mage file, that is going to be gone forever. No one will ever know that I cleared in Black Mage ever again. And we'll use that for Warrior. So that'll give me a little bit of a... Dude, I could take a break on Astro. Give me a 1 week break on Astro and get my pot shirts, and then we'll be back in 2 weeks for Astro, but... I appreciate it. If you guys haven't, these are all the socials that we have. We got 2 YouTube channels. The first one is all Deep Dungeon. The second one is all Variety. And we're playing Variety tomorrow. We're playing a game called Dwarf. It is a action-adventure turret defense indie game. And that'll be 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So if you want to watch that gameplay, it's pretty fun. I might be close to... I want to hope I can beat the game tomorrow. But we'll see if I can beat the game tomorrow. If not, I'll beat it next week. But that's what we're doing tomorrow. The next Deep Dungeon stream is Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do Heaven on High Dancer Round 2. I disconnected last week on 88. I want revenge in Heaven on High. So that's Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going 1 to 100. The entire run, one night. So that's 1 to 100. So that's Sunday. And then Tuesday, Monday, Variety, Stranger Paradise speedruns. And then Tuesday, we're back in for Palace. But thank you guys for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful early night. I'll catch you guys soon, very soon. But in the meantime, let's go find someone to say hi to. Hello. Let's see who's up and about. It's early, so that means we can go down. I can go visit Ben. You guys want to visit Ben? Because he might still go. It's like really early for me, and he might go for another 2 hours. Is there anyone else strumming? Oh, there's another one. Oh, no, he's not doing solo. Yeah, let's go to Ben. So we shouted at Ben earlier because he was on his PB of 190, 194, 195. He got to 195. And I do want to visit his stream today just to cheer him on, give him some good vibes. You know, he died in one spot. I died in one spot. So let's go to Ben. You're gonna like him, guys. If you haven't met him before, he's a swell dude. Yeah, Sig, I was getting play-by-plays from the chat. I'm like, go guys, visit him. I'm like on floor 32. Go visit Ben, watch him do 94 plus, you know. But we'll go over there, cheer him on. Thank you guys. Have a good night. I hope to catch you tomorrow, if not Sunday. See you next time. Let's go, Ray! See you guys.